I wanted to talk about the upcoming solar eclipse and all of the precautions/events that will also be taking place on April 8th, 2024. There have been FEMA warnings issued. They've been warning people in the pathway to have at least 3 days of food, water, and fuel stocked up ahead of the eclipse. An estimated 31.6 million people live in the pathway. Could they be warning of a possible power grid outage? And emergency warnings are ramping up the closer we get to April 8th. Oklahoma's National Guard is set to be deployed to assist with emergency management to cope with, quote-unquote, an unprecedented number of tourists. Schools are closing. Wegmans grocery store in Buffalo will be closing for 30 minutes during the eclipse. And the FAA is warning of flight delays and clogged airspace near the solar eclipse path. There are warnings that the eclipse could cause widespread cell phone disruptions for millions of Americans. Retired politician Ron Paul recently warned the public about an unpredictable, quote-unquote, black swan event at the time of the eclipse. Could the government use this solar eclipse as a crisis and a reason for outages or solar flare, or an excuse for a CBDC push to have full control and freeze your funds? Considering our recent history, these are not radical conspiracy theories, but rather critical thinking hypotheses based on events over the last few years. And let's not forget about CERN. CERN will be restarting the Large Hadron Collider, or the LHC, on April 8th. The LHC aims to unlock secrets of dark matter during the solar eclipse. This machine recreates Big Bang conditions by smashing protons at near light speed. And how could I almost forget about the Devil Comet? This type of comet is known as a devil comet because it has a pointy horn-shaped appearance. Comets have their distinctive tails because they contain ice, which melts and is released as gas as they approach the sun. This particular comet is a type called a cryovolcanic comet, which experiences eruptions of dust and gas from the buildup of pressure. These eruptions give the comet its horned appearance, and because it contains a molecule called diatomic carbon, it also glows green. Fun fact, the Devil Comet used to be called the Millennium Falcon. Could this be a biblical event? Some researchers believe that this could be the solar eclipse that unleashes one of the seals of Revelation. They believe it will start the time clock for the revealing of the Antichrist. Jim Staley from Passion for Truth Ministries believes that the mathematical impossibility of all the events taking place at this moment in history, including the Devil Comet, which is set to pass by Earth for the first time in 71 years and may be visible during the eclipse, makes this a truly remarkable moment in time. Some interesting insight regarding the path of the eclipse. There will be 8 total and 8 partial eclipses over 8 locations named Nineveh on April 8th. Refer to Matthew 16, quote, that no sign shall be given except the sign of Jonah, end quote. Jonah went to Nineveh to tell them God was ready to destroy them, and they responded by repenting. Is it a coincidence that this total eclipse on April 8th will occur over 1. Nineveh, Texas, 2. Nineveh, Missouri, 3. Nineveh, Indiana, 4. Nineveh, Ohio, 5. Nineveh, Pennsylvania, 6. Nineveh, Virginia, 7. Nineveh, New York, and 8. Nineveh, Nova Scotia. No one knows if this is a sign of end of days or not. The path of totality. During the upcoming solar eclipse, the path over North America will range between 108 and 122 miles wide. An estimated 31.6 million people live in the path of totality this year, compared to 12 million in the eclipse of 2017. You don't need to live in the path of totality to see the eclipse. 99% of people who reside in the United States will be able to see the partial or total eclipse from where they live. Every contiguous U.S. state, plus parts of Alaska and Hawaii, will experience at least a partial solar eclipse. This is truly a significant event. And here's a very, very serious warning for everybody. Counterfeit and fake eclipse glasses are polluting the marketplace. Using fake eclipse glasses or no glasses at all to look at the eclipse is a very dangerous thing to do to your eyes. It can cause severe eye injury ranging from temporarily impaired vision to permanent blindness. The AAS recommends buying glasses from a vetted vendor and testing them before the eclipse. So, enjoy the eclipse, creepsters. Be safe and stay creepy.